Okay. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Before we start, is that leopard that you're wearing?
It's my cat themed jacket since it's a cat themed storybook. So
Oh,
I thought
okay.
I'd get into character.
Well, there you go. All right. That's great. That's super. So, we're going to be talking about your book, Teddy Loses His Ears. This is actually a series. Is that correct?
The plan is for it to be a series. Yes, I have the books written, and book two has been fully illustrated. I just haven't released it yet.
Oh, I see. So, it's going to be a series, but so far, only book
This
one
is
has.
book one, the introduction of Teddy into the series. Yeah,
This is a children's book, I'm assuming.
correct.
Can you give us a little backstory of the book? What is, or why does Teddy lose his ears?
So Teddy is my real life rescue cat. And in fact, today is the anniversary of the day I fostered Teddy for the very first time 1 year ago today. Um, so we were fostering dogs and kittens and cats through the Heart and Soul Rescue Organization, and we were just trying to find the right pet for our family. And I saw Teddy on this fostering website, and no one was offering to foster this cat. And if the animals don't get somebody committed to foster them, then they don't get on the transport truck from Saskatchewan and Alberta to come to BC. And the reason I think nobody was volunteering to rescue this cat or foster this cat is because he looked different. He had no ears. He lost his ears due to frostbite, and he had other injuries too from being left out in the snow and the cold -50 weather. And so I volunteered to take Teddy in as just a foster, but he was such an inspirational cat, and he turned out to be so wonderful that he fit right in with our family, and we adopted him.
Oh, I think that's fabulous. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, that's very cruel to leave a domestic cat out in 50 degrees below zero. That's crazy. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
they don't really have the wherewithal to find shelter in that kind of cold, do they? I mean, they can do the best they can, but I'm happy that you took him in.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, in that part of Canada, a lot of people just have farms and barns, and these cats are just considered their barn animals, just to eat mice and rats and things like that. But people should take better care of their farm animals as well by setting up some sort of shelter for them with hay and maybe a tote with a hole cut in it and some hay, and put out some food, because we have to take care of those animals as well. And have their pets spayed and neutered so that they don't continue to have kittens in these kind of environments.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. Okay, so Teddy inspired this book series then, yeah?
Yes, they're all true stories about my cat.
Okay, give us we don't want to give it all away on the show. We want people to get intrigued and, like a film teaser. You know how they give
Yes,
you
like
like
a
a
trailer.
minute, a trailer, right? So we want to do something like that. So give us a trailer of the book series and what
Okay, so
kids are going to
this is
expect.
book number one. It's
Okay.
actually the story about how Teddy loses his ears, and maybe he feels a little bit like he looks different after the accident, and he's worried that he can't make friends, and his self-esteem takes a bit of a hit. But you know what? At the end of the day, he is who he is, and people just love him for who he is. And so that's kind of the story behind Teddy loses his ears, as well as a reminder to keep your pets inside when it's really hot or really cold. And at the back of the story, the reason I started this story in the first place was because now that I wasn't fostering animals anymore, is I still wanted to help out the organization. So once you connect with Teddy's story, there is a scan code at the back of the book. If people wanted to donate to a rescue organization, 100% of the proceeds will go to help dogs and cats find their forever homes. Um, and then since we got Teddy, just all of his silly cat quirks. So the next book in the series is going to be called Teddy Loves Spaghetti. And
Okay.
Mike, this cat, he's very well behaved. He doesn't jump on countertops or tables or anything like that unless we are having family dinner night around the table, which is spaghetti night. And Teddy will position himself in between the two kids on the bench and pretend he's one of the kids, and he just waits for a bowl of spaghetti. I've never seen him attack it like that. He loves it so much. But kind of the moral of that story is maybe there's certain ingredients in spaghetti sauce or other foods that your pets may want to eat, but it might not be healthy for them. So the book kind of dives into nutrition, alternatives to food-based rewards, and it kind of gets into a quick summary of diabetes and what some of your friends at school or your community might be experiencing, and maybe understanding how they feel. So I'm looking forward to that book hitting the shelves later this year.
That was actually my next question. What I was going to ask you is that these are children's books and they're supposed to be entertaining, but there is also a moral message for the kids or some kind of a lesson, a life lesson, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to, and I've had a lot of parents say to me that the children have connected with the cat on a very emotional level. And I think there's a little bit of a following with Teddy right now, especially people in our community who walk past the house and see Teddy guarding the front porch and they get a chance to interact with him. But a lot of kids are really feeling emotionally connected to the story. So I'm excited to get the second book out and connect with people on a totally different topic.
So what age group is this book series geared towards?
Mostly towards kindergarten to grade 7. We've maybe grade ages 5 to 12, but of course younger siblings would enjoy it as well.
You know, I don't think I've ever met children who didn't love animals. I think it's something that I've met adults that didn't, and I could never understand them, why they didn't like animals anyways. But short of having a violent attack by a dog or something like that and now they're terrified, it's something that's learned, isn't it? Like, we don't start out hating cats and dogs.
No, of course not. You're just born with this connection, and they're just so cute and cuddly, and all kids love animals.
I mean,
I agree with you.
Yeah, I've seen 140-pound German Shepherds with an infant that just are the most delightful couple, for lack of a better word. And the German Shepherd just doesn't care. The baby could be climbing all over him, sticking his fingers in his ears, and the dog just lies down. You know, it's like they have an intuitive sense that this baby really belongs to them as much as the rest of the family.
Absolutely. They nurture them and they're protective of them.
Yeah.
And, they can just be best friends.
It's true.
It's very adorable. I'm so happy we settled on a pet for our family because we've been looking for a while.
Oh, well, I think that's great. Do you know how old Teddy was when you got him?
So when we fostered him, it said Teddy was a 3-year-old male. And actually, they can't really tell for sure, but I took Teddy to the vet and they measured his teeth. And by the measurement of his teeth, they think he's actually between the ages 7 and 9.
Oh, so a bit older than what you thought, yeah?
Yes, which suits our lifestyle a little bit better. Teddy's very much a lap cat and is quite happy now staying indoors and enjoying our company and living a relaxed senior cat lifestyle, which suits us just fine.
Well, that's great. So have you done any other writing, or was this your first writing venture?
This was my first writing venture, and it's pretty scary putting yourself out there. But I've actually had some book reviewers read it and other authors, and they've given me, 10 out of 10 stars or 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm starting to gain confidence in my writing and knowing that I am conveying the story and the messages the way I'm hoping it comes across and is interpreted. So.
Did you just do this all on your own, or did you have somebody help you?
No, I just did it all on my own. Initially, it was going to be a project for me and my 8-year-old daughter. She's just a very good artist. So I thought, well, what if we mother-daughter co-write and illustrate a book together? But again, being 8 years old, she kind of wasn't really following my storyline and just kind of went in her own direction. So I ended up meeting somebody through Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not, who was selling handmade cards, and she had a picture of a cat, and the cat had my nickname, which my last name is Milkovic. So the cat's name was Milky, which was my nickname growing up. So I messaged her and I said, why is the cat on this card named Milky? Is that its real name, or I want to know more about that? She goes, oh yeah, that was the owner. That's the name of the cat. And so I asked her to do an illustration of Teddy, and she came up with these book covers based on what I had asked her to create. And when I met up with her, I asked her if she would be interested in doing a book with me, and she was very excited at the opportunity. Her name's Sierra Van Ness, and she hand paints all of the illustrations in the Teddy books. She's a talented artist.
Well, we do have to wind this down. Thank you for coming on. Do you have a website that you want to give out?
I actually do not have a website right now. It's something that I will be working on. But if people wanted to purchase the books, they could purchase the books through Chapters or Amazon or Barnes & Noble's websites.
Okay, super. Well, Christine, thanks so much for coming on and sharing your story. Very heartwarming, and I'm glad Teddy has a nice home now. Best of luck with the books. I hope they do well.
Oh,